I call Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. It's a pleasure to take a call in this, the title debate. And I think the title Rugby World Cup 2011 Empowering Bill is just simply not generous enough to the government here, Mr Chair. I think they need to be able to really capture John Hayes' passion for this issue. So I think possibly John Hayes could call it, the Rugby World Cup 2011 Let's Forget About Health and Safety Bill. Because the things that Mr Hayes has just been telling us are all about nanny state. Well, that would be those bottles flying in the air on Saturday, landing on people. That would be the image of New Zealand being projected around the world that Mr Hayes seems so unconcerned about. But Mr Hayes was also concerned about the Labour Party's voting, and on this side of the House, we always are worried whether Mr Hayes is confused. He's frequently confused, but we're always worried when he is confused. So to clarify for Mr Hayes, on this side of the House, when it comes to debating and voting on issues to do with liquor, the Labour Party has a proud tradition of conscience voting on issues to do with liquor. Occasionally in the past, the National Party has had a proud tradition of letting its MPs follow their conscience. But now they only have one conscience on that side of the House, one conscience over there. Because we've noticed this, Mr Chair, because we know on this side of the House that on another issue relating to liquor, that of the drink driving rules, we know that there's members of the National Caucus who want to back a change to drink driving laws. They want to back a change. Craig Foss, I know that Craig Foss wants to back a change. He's looking for stricter drink driving laws. He's looking for that limit to be lowered from 0.08 to 0.05. That's right, isn't it, Mr Foss? Mr Foss, is that correct? Is that true? You want to lower it? That's right, Mr Foss. He wants to lower it, but he's not been allowed a conscience vote. Well, on this side of the House, Mr Chair, we're proud of the fact that the Labour Party allows people to express their conscience on one part of this bill. And Mr Foss may not have noticed, but on every other part of this bill and on the final vote of this bill, the Labour Party is unified in saying we are not prepared to back a bill that gives Murray McCully carte blanche to make whatever decisions he likes in the run-up to the Rugby World Cup. Set up an authority, do whatever they like, the authority comes forward, and then Jerry Brownlee, Murray McCully and Nick Smith can override it all. So Mr Foss can rest assured that the Labour Party is unified in opposing this bill, but we are very clear that on issues involving liquor, we allow our MPs to have a conscience vote. The shame in this House is that MPs on that side of the House are no longer being able to express their conscience. They're not able to express their conscience on the drink driving limit. They're not able to express their conscience about these changes to liquor laws. Well, we stand proud on this side of the House of the fact that we give our MPs the ability to speak freely on matters of liquor change. And Mr Hayes might be confused, but we know on this side of the House that this bill passing in its current form is not right. Ian Lees-Galloway has already stated with a simple amendment this bill could be supported by the Labour Party so that Murray McCully does not have a veto right over the Rugby World Cup Authority. The National Party failed to take up that amendment, Mr Chair, and that means the Labour Party will be voting against this bill, having given its members the right to have a conscience vote on alcohol issues.